Gen 1 are not uncommon games by any means. We see that there's a whole bunch of these. They're not scarce at all. This is a travesty. What's that one? What's it like? It's been split in half. Want to see how much they're selling the Pokemon Reds for? Pokemon Red, acceptable, $80. The only way we can make it go down is by not buying those $70+ carts. The English market for Pokemon is stupid. $55. That's pretty pricey. This one is cracked. Who's gonna wanna buy this for $40? First of all, who's gonna wanna buy this in general? The title saying that it's a rare hand grip, which is true because there's very few of these on eBay, but nobody cares because this isn't a collector's item at all. This has no inherent value. Nobody cares about Yobo Dual Grip for the Game Boy Advance SP. That's not something that people are looking to buy. Especially not when it's cracked like this at all. Asking for 40 USD for this is insane. It's not a collector's item at all. If I were to buy this, as soon as I get it, I'm gonna rip this thing open. I'm not just gonna, this isn't gonna go on my wall as a display item, cause who cares about this thing? Not only that, it says new. This is not new. The plastic is yellowed to shit on all three of them. Also, you can see on the handle, there's already scratches because, it's exposed to everything because it's cracked to shit. Somebody bought this thing for $90. What I think happened here is someone was insane enough to buy this thing for $90, and then other people that had the same thing went, oh, this is worth something. I must try to sell it. There's another one for $95. Insane. This thing is barely worth $30. Let's be honest. This is cheap Chinese crap. It's cheap Chinese crap. Nobody cares. Nobody's out there looking for Yobo Dual Grip for the Game Boy Advance. Nobody cares about this. You're not gonna make this money. That's not the main issue. The main issue I want to talk about is Pokemon. I'm trying to get Pokemon Blue, and I'm looking at these prices, and boy, these prices are real f***ing high. Oh, these are in pesos because I'm not logged into my account. That's kind of dumb. A lot of Pokemon Blue carts on eBay are going for like a bare minimum of like $45, which is insane because that game is not worth $45. And that's the low end of the spectrum. Mostly it's like $50 for loose carts, not with like the box or the manual or anything. Like this one. 45 USD plus shipping, or is it free shipping? Free shipping, okay. But still, 45. That's insane considering what this game is. Gen 1 are not uncommon games by any means. They are the most common games, actually, because Generation 1 sold the best out of all the generations. So, you should have an easier time finding Gen 1 carts than any other generation other than like the newest ones, because they're still making them. So for people to be asking for like $50+ is insane, especially considering when you have stuff like this. This seller just had a whole bunch of Gen 1 carts and are selling them for $70. That's insane. Now, to be fair to this seller, the reason why I think they're selling it for this much comparison to what other people are selling them for is because they don't want people to buy it from them and then just flip it immediately. So they have different tiers. Some are acceptable and others are very good in terms of the condition, obviously. So if you were to take one of these carts that look like there's little human feces on them and try to sell them for more than $70 on eBay, nobody's gonna buy it from you. So it's like impossible to flip these from this seller, which you gotta do what you gotta do when you're selling in large quantities. But if you're selling them in large quantities, here. What's this? This is insane. You're telling people that these things are worth $70, but then simultaneously you're showing us the diamond mines. We see that there's a whole bunch of these. They're not scarce at all. There's no scarcity. You're showing people, look people, we got a freaking diamond mine here. They're not as uncommon as we're making you think. Don't pay $70 for a acceptable, whatever that means, cart of Pokemon Blue. The picture for the acceptable ones and the picture for the very good ones is the same picture. So are they like pristine ones? Probably not. They probably look like this. They are like worn down to shit as well. This is not worth $70. No fucking way. That's not worth $50 either. That's like a solid $15, especially the one that looks like it. There's like literally somebody took a dump on it. I've seen some ones where it's like just no label, $50. That's insane that somebody thinks they can get away with it. And here's the thing, they can get away with it because there's a lot of people that will go out and buy that shit. Look at the red. Look at Pokemon Red. What is this? This is a travesty. What's that one? What's it like? It's been split in half. What is that? That's terrible. Want to see how much they're selling the Pokemon Reds for? Pokemon Red, acceptable. $80. $80 for Pokemon Red. That looks like that. Because that's acceptable, right? What does the very good look like? What's the very good look like? Why don't you show us the very good? Probably because you don't actually have a very good. Because like you clearly got these on the cheap at some point and are now flipping them yourselves for extreme prices. The Pikachu, $100 for Pokemon Yellow is insane. You are insane, especially when you upload photos of your freaking bins full of the games. They're also selling Fire Red, Leaf Green. I'm pretty sure they're selling Gen 3 as well, based on the colors. No low supplies at all. High demand, very strong supply as well. Not only that, but the supply is not worth what they're selling it for. And here's the thing, they're also freaking selling Pokemon Y for $60. That's insane because I can look up. I'm pretty sure these aren't pesos again. Yeah, 35 Canadian. Oh, Canadian. That doesn't really help me much. Yeah, like $30. Like no, that's less than 30. Yeah, $18 with the box. They're probably just selling the loose carts. Now, I know it's just one seller, but I'm using that one seller to like show off. Like, look at this one. Yeah, look at this one. $35 for just a piece of shit label. Hell no, dude. That's not worth $35. Or we could just buy it right now instead of bidding for $51. Hell no. What the fuck? That's so messed up. The only one that's worth what the pricing was one where it was like the manual and the cart looked clean as hell. There was just like a little ding in it. Little ding in the label. But other than that, it was clean, man. Real clean. They bought it for $66. That seems pretty fair since it also comes with the manual. Other than that, though, most of them have been just like insane. Like, look at this. What's this? How much is this? $52 for like a worn down. Like, it's not that bad. I mean, it's obviously better than the ones that are going for $70. Now here's the tragic thing. And this is actually going to prove my point in case anybody's like, no, Pokemon Blue is actually just worth that much now. We'll get into that later. Things are worth what people are willing to pay for them. So yes, technically you are correct. When we go to Pokemon Blue, we sort by the Japanese and sold $6 USD. That's pretty cheap. I wasn't expecting $6 USD. This one sold for $50 and it includes the game, the box, and the manual. $50. Meanwhile, those other motherfuckers are trying to sell a shitty just single for $70. You see how crazy that is? And the English isn't worth any more really, like inherently, in comparison to the Japanese. It's crazy. Not only that, but here, check this out. Pokemon Green. Pokemon Green is a Japanese exclusive game because we didn't get Pokemon Green here in the West. So you would think it would fare for a pretty penny. Okay, this one sold for literally $1. This might be fake. That might be a fake though, and that's why it didn't sell. $11, $12. What? Shouldn't this be selling for way more? Since it's exclusive to Japanese? I think the English reproduction cart sold literally for more. Yes, it's selling for more. It's selling for $15. Insane. The English market for Pokemon is stupid. Now listen, there's always going to be expensive games. For example, Heart Gold and Soul Silver are very sought after games, and they've always been pretty expensive. I decided to look this up to see how things have changed over time, because I was tripping. I'm like, were these games always actually this expensive? Because here's the thing, I got my copy of Pokemon Crystal in 2018, the summer of 2018, for $19 or $20. Let's look at Pokemon Crystal now. $100, $108, 71 lower, but 71, 115. Earlier there was one that was 130. Maybe somebody already bought it. I can't find it. No, it wasn't this one, but here's another one for 124. Ridiculous, dude, ridiculous. There was one that looked worse than mine, and the description was like, practically brand new. And it looked a little worse than mine. And it was, I don't even remember how much it was, but it was expensive. If we sort by Japanese, they're just way cheaper. Way cheaper. 29, 7 USD, 7 again. The price difference between these two versions is insane. So why is that? Is this English just inherently does somehow better than the Japanese version, other than it being in Japanese, not English? No, there's nothing really special about the English version. So why does it cost so much more? A few reasons, I guess. One reason is the most obvious reason, is that if people are willing to pay those prices, people are going to sell them for those prices. Because, like, look, if I had a copy, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, this was a copy of Pokemon Blue, and I was looking to sell this, if I don't know anything about nothing, and I go on eBay just to see, how much can I sell this for? And I see $50, $49, $60, $70, and mine's in really good condition, what do you think I'm going to do? Think I'm going to go, 29 seems good? No, I'm going for that 50, even though only half of the freaking label's on. I'm going to go for that 50, because if I don't go for that 50, I'm going to feel like I'm losing money. So if everybody's doing that, then everybody else that comes in later on are going to go, oh, this is fine. This is how things work. This is how much it's actually worth. Because the game's so old and so rare. It's not rare, by the way, in case you couldn't tell yet. Everything is only worth what it's worth because people are willing to pay that amount. So people are now willing to pay $50 for a game that's not worth $50. Okay, it's worth $50 now. The market has spoken. Now, I found this earlier because I wanted to see how much it was worth previously. And luckily, I was able to find an answer on this beautiful website. It tracks the price increase throughout the years. Now, we can see here, 2016. 2016 was the 20th anniversary, so obviously the price spiked up. But like right after, it went lower than what it was. It went down after. Now, 2020, a lot of people got checks, got stimulus checks, and didn't have much to do with it unless they needed to pay bills. But a lot of people could get by without having to spend that money right away and still got the money. That's not commentary on anything. I'm just stating a fact. I'm included in that, okay? So, you look 2020, you see the price starts going up, and then it really goes up. I believe this is the 25th anniversary, right? 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. April 2021, price goes up a lot. It goes like October is the last time it was at a decent price. October 2020, it was at 21, and then it goes up to 50, and then it goes down to 35, but then it just kind of keeps slowly growing though. Right now it's at 52. When I got my copy, it was like $15. What happened? I think a lot of people got money and were willing to spend it on things that they wanted without really thinking about how much those things actually are valued at. And unfortunately, a lot of people are going to take advantage of that situation. They're going to sell you a product that really isn't that much of a commodity. Now, here's the thing. There are games that are expensive for a reason. There are games that are basically almost always pricey. For example, this one's real pricey because a lot of people really, really like it. As you can see here, I mean, it wasn't as expensive as it is now, but it still was pretty expensive. Like it like stayed at like a steady $50. Disc alone, I've seen go on eBay for like $150. Just the disc, not the disc in the manual, not the manual in the box and the disc or whatever. Just the disc, just by itself. Now, why is that? Discs are a lot more fragile than cartridges, obviously. This motherfucking cartridge, it's good. It's fine. I do it to a disc on the back. We in some fucking trouble. Not only that, but this game is regarded as one of the best Dragon Ball Z games ever. So people that have it are less willing to give it up anytime soon because it's the best. Same thing goes for Heart Gold and Soul Silver. They were the last games, in a lot of people's eyes, that Game Freak actually like put some effort into. Pokemon Generation 1, though, has been constantly shit on by the masses for being shitty, for not being a very good game. You know, and there's the nostalgia, but the game ain't so good. So, is that game worth $50? Hell no. Hell no, it's not worth $50. The only reason why it's worth $50 is because people put up with that pricing. People buy it. You shouldn't. I think the highest Pokemon Blue should reach at pricing is $35, and that's high-end loose. Very clean label. Not mint, but very clean label. $35 at the most. So, how do we change this back? How do we make this graph go back down? This is the wrong graph. The only way we can make it go down is by not buying those $70+ carts. Because here's the thing. It's only going to go up in the future. Because eventually people are going to go, yeah, I don't want this game anymore, or I need the money. And when they try to sell it, they're going to remember the price they bought it for, which is like an average of $50 right now. And they're going to think, well, a lot of time has passed, so it's probably worth even more now. So then there's going to be this large sum of people trying to sell their Pokemon Blue for like $100. And here's the thing also that I forgot to mention. I saw somebody, I'm not going to be able to find it, but I saw somebody was trying to sell a Japanese crystal for $60, which is cheaper than the $130 that some motherfuckers were trying to sell this game for in English, but still way too much. But some people might see that and go, that's way cheaper than $130. I should buy that, even if it's in Japanese. And if enough people do that, if enough people list their Japanese versions of crystals at those higher prices, and enough people go, oh, that's way cheaper than the English version, and buy it, then eventually, when somebody has a Japanese version and are going to sell it, they'll look on Sold to compare prices, and they'll see, oh, I can sell this for $60, and then that will just become the norm, and then prices will just continuously go up forever. So stop consuming. Stop just buying. Say no mas. Don't. I'm not saying you have to get yours at 20 or 19 like I did, because even like this is like low pricing considering the market at the time. You know, loose 29. I don't remember what month I got it in, but yeah, like 30. I got it for 19. I got a deal. Funny at the time, I was like, that's pretty expensive, but I got a deal. I'm not saying like only get it at that price that I got it. No, it's obviously going to go up because more people want it. But also, it's hard to like band together because, you know, there's so many people that would want this. And you and a few people can say like, no, I'm not going to buy it for that price. But then some naive person, all it takes is some naive person to come in and go, oh, okay, and buy it like for $200 loose. You know, with smudges and the pepperoni that's still in there from 2002 that you shoved in there and forgot about. It's still in there. And some moron's going to go, I like $200 here, you know? So yeah, prices, the only way prices are going to go down is if people go, no, I'm not going to buy that for that price. I don't know. I'm very concerned now because especially after looking at this graph, I would have assumed that the American pricings and the Mexican pricings were very different. But it seems like they're not that separate. So unfortunately, what I'm going to do is I'm on Monday, I'm going to go down to the place where I got this, and hopefully I can find a copy of Pokemon Blue. Now, hopefully those motherfuckers aren't looking at eBay prices thinking, oh, I could sell it for that much. Because I'm not buying that. They're probably thinking like everybody else. They're thinking, oh, people are buying it for that much? Guess I'll sell it for that much. But yeah, hopefully I can get one for less than my limit is 500 pesos. How much is 500 pesos? Pesos. 500 pesos. Pesos, way. $28. I'm not buying anything. I'm not buying a Pokemon Blue for more than $30. I'm gonna look around for well, this video will probably come out after the auctionings are done, so I don't have to be all coy and whatnot. But there's some auctions ending on Monday for Pokemon Blue, and right now they're kind of cheap. There's only a few bids on them. I'm gonna try to get one. I might have to. My perfect record for getting bids on eBay, I might have to sacrifice it, because if it goes past 35, I'm done. I'm not paying $40 for Pokemon Blue. Loose, smudged crap label. Worse than this one. I ain't paying for worse than this, you know? So hopefully I can get a copy. Yeah, the market, it's a seller's market, that's for sure. Yeah, it sucks. I hate it so much. Se acabó el video.